If you sell or rent water dispensers, you know that sanitizing the systems is important, but how often do you do it? Once a month? Every 3 months? And do you know what happens in the meantime? Bacteria don't wait because they're growing minute by minute inside your systems, and you're not stopping them. If you don't want to miss valuable and unique videos like these about the water treatment sector, I suggest you click the bell button so you get notifications every time a new video comes out, and click the subscribe button so you'll be among the first to know when a new video is released and you won't miss any important information. So, manual sanitization, UV lamps at the outlet, and ozone are illusions of safety. And today I'll show you why they're not enough against the terrible germs that contaminate water dispensers. And instead I'll tell you what can really protect your customers and your reputation in the market. Now, imagine this. You've just finished your usual sanitization of a dispenser in a restaurant. The customer is satisfied and you feel safe. But after a few days, a leftover droplet on the dispensing point becomes a breeding ground and turns into Pseudomonas aeruginosa, because this germ present in the air attacks that droplet. And so it attracts other bacteria, it proliferates because it creates more bacteria, and all of this forms a slimy, invisible film called biofilm. And while you think everything is under control, that biofilm grows, spreads, and eventually detaches. When it detaches, it contaminates the water your customers are drinking because it spreads to other parts of the dispenser's hydraulic circuit. And so, glass after glass, pitcher after pitcher, the outgoing water is actually back contaminated and therefore no longer safe. Do you want proof of this? Just take a dispenser and have it analyzed under a microscope, and you will see a shiny layer covering the pipes, covering the water outlet point, and it's not just any ordinary dirt, but actually a living ecosystem. It's an army of bacteria that are protected by the biofilm, where the biofilm is actually their home. And that's why when bacteriological tests are carried out, sometimes even as a surprise, many installers panic because they find Pseudomonas, Staphylococcus, and other germs even after performing the usual manual sanitizations. And do you know why? Because what you use to sanitize isn't enough? Think about it. There are various solutions to reduce bacterial retrocontamination. There are UV lamps at the outlet, but they consume a lot of energy, need to be replaced every year, and above all, they only work where the light actually hits. And they only work according to the strength of the light itself. If there are germs or bacteria that can withstand that light, unfortunately they survive. Or there are ozone generators which, in order to really work, would still have to exceed the legal limits, meaning they have to emit an amount of ozone that goes beyond the legal thresholds that are set for ozone concentration in the environment. And so in a certain sense they become illegal, and in another sense they become dangerous. And then we have the classic manual sanitizations, the ones that you or your technicians are used to doing. And this sanitization is obviously effective right away, but then it only lasts a few days because the risk of bacterial proliferation starts up again anyway. All these solutions, as you can see, are effective only up to a certain point. But then they give you a false sense of security because they only take care of part of the sanitization, but they don't stop the real enemy, which is bacterial retrocontamination, the one that comes from outside the dispenser after filtration. And if a customer receives contaminated water and for some reason suffers consequences, even health-related ones, not only do you lose the customer, but you lose your reputation in the market. You lose everything you've built up to now. And all because of bacterial retrocontamination, which the tools mentioned above, the classic tools, cannot effectively combat. But what if you could eliminate this risk forever with a system that works on its own 24 hours a day to reduce bacterial retrocontamination and protect the water dispenser? A system you don't have to remember to activate, maintain, replace, or repair, and that automatically goes into action after every single water dispensing. How would that sound to you? A system that, of course, makes no noise, requires no maintenance, as we said, doesn't alter the taste of the water, but guarantees you a level of protection that is actually the only one clinically certified by the University of Milano Bicocca. Well, this technology exists. It was invented and patented by Onnwater, and it's called Typhon. So if you want to protect your customers' health and your brand's reputation in the market, go to onnwater.com and find out more about Typhon. If you don't want to miss valuable and unique videos like these about the water treatment sector, I recommend clicking the bell button so you'll get notifications every time a new video comes out, and clicking the subscribe button so you'll be among the first to know when a new video is released and you won't miss any important information.